Oh, that's intentional. And Travis Green is always somebody who takes you up there, you know.
Yeah.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning, Roland. Well, I'm okay. It's just this cold that is worrying me a
You're
bit.
not new to cold, but it looks like these days your immune system has been strengthening, but it's gone down.
It's been
What's
stretching.
psychologically and emotionally bothering you? You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. All right.
Are you okay?
She's good. Good morning to you.
What did they give you to drink?
Not drunk any coffee yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning,
and then,
yeah.
And good morning to
Sally for Combats.
You work with a Presbyterian hospital.
Hey,
Presbyterian
you have
hospital.
to show us a picture of Sally for Combats.
You work with a Presbyterian hospital
in Boko.
In Boko, and also to your wife Floran.
She's with immigration, isn't it?
Immigration, the Missiga border.
Mischievous you, huh? All right. Time
and then Ifwa Antoinette. You live in Romford, UK. Yeah, she's great.
She should give us.
I mentioned her name last time during her birthday. You didn't listen.
She should give us an invitation so we can go and visit her. You know.
Yeah, Ifwa, give us invite.
You know. Let's do the newspapers. I have the Daily Graphic, we've got the Daily Guide, we've got the Ghanaian Times, the Finder newspaper, the Daily Statesman.
Yeah. There's one now, ABC.
Okay, we've got a custodian, and we'll finish up with the Daily Dispatch newspaper.
Okay.
So here we go with what's on the front page of the Daily Guide. No, the Daily Graphic newspaper, rather. Front page of the Daily Graphic. Zoom Lion, others to train 10,000 people in malaria control. The banner headline, EC projects 700,000 new voters. Amidu can prosecute you, High Court tells Ayariga. In the studio later this morning, we've got a man who is part of Mr. Ayariga's legal team. We will talk about this issue. Professor Database commence Unibank arbitration tomorrow. This is a man who went on retirement. I'm curious to know details of this. Is in page 37. It says a former justice of the Supreme Court, Professor Justice Samuel Databa, who was appointed by the Commercial Division of the Accra High Court to arbitrate in the case of the Unibank, has written to the parties involved in the matter to appear before him tomorrow, June 19, 2019. The appearance of the 16 shareholders, the receiver of the bank, Ni Amano Dodu, and the Attorney General will allow Professor Justice Databam as the sole arbitrator to determine whether or not the revocation of Unibank's Class 1 banking license by the Bank of Ghana was done in accordance with the tenets of law. Professor Databam is certainly a very great man. You definitely want to follow.
He's a legal luminary.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We study him, actually. You read him, you study him.
Just go grab copies of Ghana law reports and you'll get to find it.
Just Google Professor Databam, Justice Databam. Back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper, death of bridegroom throws Asin Jaso into state of shock. And the story says that as the Asin Jaso community in the central region was thrown into a state of shock last Saturday when a bridegroom suddenly collapsed and died. The Daily Graphic gathered that the deceased, whose name was given only as Kwabena, aka Cowbell, lived at Abro Donkwa with his fiancée, with whom he had 2 children. They had been in a relationship for more than 3 years. During their marriage ceremony, the processes were going on smoothly until the couple took to the dance floor. Immediately after that, the groom held tightly to his stomach and complained of severe pains. As the bemused guests were struggling to contain him, the groom suddenly fell and collapsed. He was subsequently rushed to the St. Francis Xavier Hospital at Asinfosu, where he was pronounced dead shortly after. And according to a source, on the morning of the big day, a snake appeared at the bride's family house during preparations for the marriage ceremony, but people around managed to kill it. Shortly after that, the source said 3 children in the house, including the couple's 2 children, suddenly collapsed, but were revived moments later. There's a confirmation by the police. Oh, this is sad. Also, NADMO earmarks safe places for Wager residents following spillage of dam. If you're affected each time the dam is open for water essentially to go out. You might want to check out details of what's on the back page of the paper, because NADMO is giving you safe places that you can be whilst this process gets underway. In the center spread, baby thief steals baby again. This is not the first time. Federation proposes zonal siting of plastic recycling plants. Adroidri Orthopedic Training Center receives wheelchairs, and CAF signs MOU with Chinese hospital. There's a story, this one about the baby thief, story by Gilbert Mauli Agbens Agunaswedo, says a 33-year-old female ex-convict who was jailed for stealing a baby has been arrested by the police for allegedly stealing a 9-month-old baby boy in Agunaswedo in the Central Region. The suspect, Patricia Godo, who was sentenced to 12 months imprisonment for a similar offense a year ago, stole the baby boy on Sunday, June 8, a day after she had been released from the Nsawan prison. She's currently in police custody, assisting with further investigations. You know how we have to treat them. She's a suspect until, you know, she's found guilty by a courts. All right, that's it for the Daily Graphic newspaper. Roland will do the Daily Guide. Okay, I'll do the Daily Guide. It has on the front page, Ayariga thrown out, get 200,000 Ghana cedi bail. There's an attached picture of the Member of Parliament. Mahama Ayariga, Ofosuampo for 10's preacher. NDC Y airport propaganda exposed. Fomena boils over abandoned hospital project. The story is on page 6 on the paper. Now, you get to the back page. It has things about football and all sports. But let's go to the center spread. Center spread is a news one pullout of the Daily Guide. And let's go to the right side for me. I think that will be the left side for you. It depends on how you're watching it. Okay, so it says avoid loom. It's a scam. Yoko. Center spread Daily Guide. It's here. I don't know. Poma, you didn't take center spread. Roland, those who do the loom, it doesn't matter there.
Oh, I've experienced the loom last week, yeah.
You're very adventurous, so you know.
Yeah, so I paid 50 Ghana cedis.
And you got what, 400?
51, yeah, I went through.
You got 400?
I got 400.
And then you recommended someone?
Yeah, kind of did. Well, most of my pages, you know, because of the friends I have on the pages, I got insulted a lot, so nobody really from my
but you seriously got 400?
Yeah, I got 400 paid into my mobile money account.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And you entered with 50 Ghana? 51
Ghana, because I knew that the person would withdraw, so I just wanted to give. But it's 50 Ghana, really.
Were you trying to test it?
Yeah, I was trying to test it.
So you got 500?
No, I got 400 Ghana cedis in return.
400, so you made 350 Ghana cedis profit. What are you required to do afterwards?
You pay 50 Ghana cedis as a new entrant, and you are one of 8 others, and that money will be given to somebody who is in the center of the diagram. I don't know whether who can.
Okay, so you are 8. Each contributing 50. 50.
We'll give you
50
400.
times it was 400.
Yeah.
So this is like susu, like they give.
It's not like susu. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a what do you call it? That one. Yeah.
I don't know that one.
It's fake. It's fake.
Okay, fine. Yeah. But are you expected to contribute another 50 sometime?
No.
It's just
after
a one-time
that 50
payment.
After that 50, you moved. So where Taylor is. So I will join where we have the arrows. So I joined where we have the arrows. Okay, and I paid my 50. So after paying that 50, I was one of 8 others.
Okay.
So
you're Leah?
No.
You're not.
No, I'm not Leah yet.
So
where the arrows are, you see some arrows,
yes.
some white arrows. So those are empty places, spaces. So if I pay, they'll put Roland there, and then the next person pays. Mamavi is there, Derek is there, and then you go all around.
Okay.
That'll be 8 spaces.
Okay.
Then after that, that money will be given to Taylor.
Okay.
So the money is given to Taylor.
Okay.
And then all of us who are in the 8, the group will be split into 2.
Okay.
So it will be those who contributed the 8. They'll be split into 2. So you have 4. So for one of the groups, which I suppose will be one of this, the 4 will move into the blue spaces where we have Ebony, Batase, something and Ani and Leah. Okay, they pay nothing still. And then that group with, let's say, the splitter 2, one of those groups will either be Harriet or Kylie. Yeah, don't worry. I also got confused over time.
You will never get my 50 Ghana.
No, so don't worry, don't worry.
Are you kidding me?
You didn't like maths at school. Confusing. If you loved maths at school, you would understand easily. Yeah. So let me explain to you. So you have Harriet's group, then you have Kylie's group. Then you have the 4-4 who will then go and occupy the blue spaces. Then in Harriet or Kylie's group, you will have them also soliciting for 8 more new entrants. Them naughty. And then when they get 8 more new entrants, they will pay to either Harriet or Kylie. All right? Okay. So then Roland will be at Ebony, and then there will be the others.
So listen, let me where the Ebony and the Leah, have they already paid 50?
Yeah, they were in my group, the new entrants.
Oh, so it was just divided.
Yeah, so after that, then they'll divide again. Yes, then Roland will come to be where Harriet or Kylie is in the next group. And then it will come to Roland's 10, and I'll be in the middle. And then also...
Then you get another 400?
No, then it means that I would have to then keep soliciting. And they also in there also have an interest. So they also need to keep soliciting. And the new people also need to keep soliciting until they also have it.
Congratulations.
And so then at the end of the day, I think that by the time I joined, the Yoko and the other statesmen were all coming in. So I think it's gone bust now. Yeah, so it took me...
So you made profit.
It took me like 24 hours. By the time I woke up, that's when I got my last 50 Ghana. And so I said, okay, this is how it works. And that was it.
Hey, okay.
So that's how it works.
Good luck to those
So unlike the other ones in which they had an entity saying that they are the organizers, and this one you get nobody. There's nobody who generated it. It's kind of generated by many people. So you and I can start by paying nothing from the beginning, and then you will get others on board. Yeah. So that's how it works.
Well, I don't know. Those who have the vim, who irrespective of the cautions, they still want to do it. We just don't want to hear you start making noise and demonstrating, because we will not cover and we will not talk about it if it gets to that point. That's all we're saying. Let's do the Ghanaian Times newspaper, front page of the Times. Frank J, others honored for job creation in Ghana. On the Mahama Yariga case, court dismisses preliminary legal objection. Ministry of Health Zoom Lion embark on nationwide mosquito control campaign. 125 police undergo anti-terrorism and kidnapping drills. Check this one out. I really like it. It's the banner headline. 40 drivers arrested on motorway for various traffic offenses.
That's my daily route.
Yeah, the police need another intensive operation on the Accra and Sound road as well. The Kumasi and some they've created, and the Daily Graphic actually was on this case. They did amazing, telling us the story on how people have created unapproved U-turns, and they do it daily. They disturb other drivers who want to do the right thing, or who actually are doing the right thing. Sometimes you're tempted to follow them and do the wrong thing because they get away with it. So the police did an operation yesterday. They arrested some 40 drivers. And I tell you what, before you decide that Ethiopia, these drivers, when they were taken to the courts, some of them, most of them, they spent their entire day there. They couldn't even finish the processes. So they wasted their whole Monday there. But they were ready to go through the process, but the process was so slow for some persons. If you're ready to join that, then go ahead and do the wrong thing. When they get you, don't call us. Again, we won't report. Back page of the Ghanaian Times. MMDCE's presided members call for recycling plans in the regions to create jobs. It's on the back page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. NLA to roll out solar-powered e-kiosk soon is also another story. But this recycling, you're interested? It says stakeholders at a conference held by the National Association of Local Authorities of Ghana, NALAC, in Sonyai, have made a passionate appeal to government to consider establishing integrated waste recycling plant in all the 16 regions to help create jobs. And according to the MMDCEs and the presiding members of the various local assemblies, the establishment of the recycling plans was the best way of fulfilling government's industrialization drive of establishing factories in every district, considering the limited time frame to fulfill the promise. You can read on if you're interested in that story. It's on the back page of the paper, center spread. 3-day meeting on HBH1 or I underway in Accra. I want to get details of that. It's a high-level stakeholders meeting. Is underway to review Ghana's effort at reducing the malaria burden under the new high burden to high impact approach. So that's what it means. GSA inaugurates committee to formulate standards for automobile industry. That's the Ghana Standards Authority. Limited voters registration exercise takes off. Yesterday, Roland Walker, you were the Electoral Commission head office talking to some first timers.
Yeah, a number of problems
arising out of that.
Yeah. I don't know how the Electoral Commission thought the feasibility of having these updates at one center within a district or metropolitan.
So are there too many people there, or?
No, the thing is that people keep busing people, and it looks like the parties indirectly organize people to do the busing.
Yeah, it has to be a strategic move because you need numbers to vote for you in 2020.
But somebody knowing that I don't have enough votes in one constituency can show up those numbers from other constituencies and come in, because ideally if it was the community one, you would be in a position as to how the regulation said it should be practically to identify that the person lives in the constituency or something.
I get your points.
Yeah,
so if I come in...
And while if you live at, let's say, Zainu in Ashaiman, you can identify somebody who lives in Lebanon or Valco Flats. If you were doing the exercise in Zainu in Ashaiman, somebody who lives in the area, is part of the whole registration process, etc., will be in a position to identify whether that person. I think that is where the parties could manipulate.
Because really, you can't challenge it if you really can't identify the person.
So for example, the MPP always loses, apart from 2000 when they won in Ashaiman. They have a huge gap between the MPP and NDC in Ashaiman, and sometimes it could be like 30,000. Somebody could deliberately make sure that they get voters to, but
and it won't entirely be their fault because you're limiting the registration centers, right? Yeah. Okay. So
and this one is for new voters, so they can just go around and say, if you're a new voter, please don't vote in your area. Come, let's go to Tema East or something. Do you understand?
I get you.
It could easily be done.
Yeah.
It could easily be done.
Wow. Some of the critics will say, well, we told them and they decided to do
it. I think it's a problem with that. So yesterday I asked one of the party guys and he said, well, they know those who are organizing them. And they were even taking the numbers, which is not bad, of those who were registering. So it means they wanted to get in touch with them, which is not bad. It means that...
As in phone numbers?
Yeah,
But would you get your card when you register?
Yes,
okay.
you will get.
All right, let's do the Finder newspaper. I've got the front page of the Finder. Here we go. Network hitches, just what we've been talking about. It's another leg of it. Network hitches unfold. 1 day of limited voters registration exercise. Also, One Village, One Dam project progressing smoothly, according to Minister. EC's limited registration exercise takes off smoothly in Kumasi. So different angles of the same story, if you like. Frank J. honored with doctorate degrees on the front page of the paper. But this network issue, story on page 4 in the Finder. Ooh, where's the story? Okay, here we go. The nationwide voters registration exercise by the EC yesterday started on a slow note with technical hitches attributed to poor network. However, turnout was impressive as centers visited. The exercise, which will end on July 17, is to register Ghanaians who have turned 18 since the last registration, as well as those who, for one reason or the other, have never registered or don't have the biometric voters card. It forms part of the Commission's preparation towards the conduct of the 2019 district level election of MMDCs scheduled for Tuesday, December 10, 2019. Okay, it gives you the background. The court issued the postponements, and then it tells you the issues at the centers visited. There's Kwabenya Polytank Registration Center. If you're looking for places to register, there's the EC headquarters as well. There's West Municipal. There's Okankwe District. You can check it out. Just visit the Electoral Commission website or their social media handles, and then you will know.
I think the websites and the website handles are good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do myjoyonline.com.
They got to know where.
Yeah, yesterday when you're doing the interaction. Let's do myjoyonline.com. Let's do the BBC. There's Mohamed Morsi as one of the issues
dominating.
Dominate international media.
We know that in the annals of Egyptian political history, he's the most democratically elected president, so to speak, because, I mean, they went through universal adult suffrage. And
okay, this is myjoyonline.com.
Okay.
Roland?
So we have flying sky high, AFDB annual meetings end with consensus on integration. Judge throws out Speaker of Parliament immunity letter again. Parliamentary immunity. Majority leader cautions and cautions. Okay, that's how I should read. MMDCs, presiding members call for recycling plants in regions to create jobs. More early grade childhood teachers needed, Education Minister. I received death threats over Kokonsa show on Radio Gold. Make yourself back. That was a good show. I remember those days. Good. He had great imitation of the accent at the time. NC will be the Normalization Committee Special Cap. All the best photos as Quarter calls Silence Hearts in Accra.
Oh, Charlie.
I'm told House of Folk play very well as well. Really, it is. The Nigerian kidnapper who recruits trains Ghanaians.
Have we heard, in terms of the prosecution, how this one is going?
Is it the same story? So Ghanaian, yeah.
All right, let's just for maybe 1 minute, if we can, do the BBC so we can share this, the stories trending elsewhere. Okay, well, we cannot, but I can tell you the story.
Africa page or World page, which do you want?
Oh, no, just go to World. You find Mohamed Morsi featuring there because it's one of the stories being talked about. So we know that you said it democratically
he's the
elected.
most democratically.
Okay,
they've had elections.
He was elected
the most
back in...
So that's him.
Okay, that's it. 2013.
Yeah.
And then he's been facing some criminal charges. Yesterday,
the thing is that
he was actually in court.
Historically, he's been linked to the Muslim Brotherhood.
Oh, he's a member of the Muslim Brotherhood. So that's where. But he was in court, and then you know, later just suddenly died. And there are people who are pushing that his human rights was infringed upon because he didn't get good health care. His family wasn't allowed to visit him, and he had been kept for 6 years. So they're predicting that this could possibly raise issues, but we're hoping that it will not really. If you're interested in the story, just go on to the BBC and read
it has already raised issues, particularly earlier in the year we had the visit of some MPs from the UK Parliament who had gone to assess his condition by which he was being kept, and they thought the conditions were inhumane.
All right, we've got to make way for sport, and right about now, Benedict is watching us from Dubai, so we want to say good morning to Benedict. We hope that you are with some of the Black Stars. Did they lose all their friendlies?
Lost 2, and I think drew 1.
Yeah. How many days more for the
3 days?
3 days. We're going. This is also in Egypt, right?
Yeah, Egypt. So we need peace as we go visiting
for the Africa Cup of Nations. But I've been talking about the Women's World Cup. South Africa sadly was kicked out, but we have just a little hope. Nigeria could make it. Yesterday was sad. I haven't seen a penalty being taken taken twice in a while, and yesterday they had to use the technology as well. And Nigeria's just hanging in there. We're hanging in there with Nigeria to see if they will go to the next stage. But details of sports, Asari Bidiako would give us details. Stay with us here on the AM show.